Well, MyZone is an accurate exercise tracker that helps you get the most out of each workout. As the name suggests, everyone has different fitness zones that can change over time. MyZone identifies, adapts, and rewards those zones and displays that information in 5 simple color-coded tiles based on your intensity. The more effort you put in, the higher your zone and the more MyZone effort points you earn. MyZone effort points, or MEPs, are like a golf handicap on your fitness. And when you earn these points, you can turn fitness into a fun and exciting game. Not only does MyZone track your heart rate, activity time, and calories burned, but it is simple to use and easy to understand.
MyZone, what is it? It's a heart rate monitor, basically. You get a box. If you've got an NZ3, hopefully you can see that, which is just the heart rate monitor. We get a heart rate monitor in a box that goes around our chest. It looks like this. It's not a step counter. It's purely a heart rate monitor, but it does link with some technology we've got at the gyms, and it's a motivator. It's good for motivator, and it forms you of what you're doing, what intensity you're working at. I can show you that later on in terms of how hard you're working. So we say like the grey colour is at 50%. It's kind of, you're just walking around, up to 100%, which is kind of 90 to 100% of your 100% heart rate max, which I'll talk about. So what does it do for our ladies? I mean, our ladies who have the MyZone belts, just get a bit more. You can actually see what you're doing in the gym. You can see what you're doing compared to people working next to you who've got MyZones as well, because it's displayed on the screen. If somebody's working in the yellow zone and you're only working in the green zone, you might say to yourself, right, okay, well, I need to step up my effort here, or you're looking at it on your phone, say it's not on the screen, or you're out doing your own thing, you're just looking at the app on your phone. It's just going to give you that little kick that you might need to get your heart rate up a little bit more. Likewise, then the coaches might be able to say to you, if you've got a heart rate monitor on, I think you should be working in the yellow zone, ladies. I think I only want you working in the green zone, ladies. And also we should be thinking about how MyZone effort zones or MyZone colour zones work with what we also talk about as coaches is rate of perceived exertion. So 9 out of 10, that's 90%. So at 90% on a MyZone, you're entering the red zone. You shouldn't be able to sustain that for very long. So if you're doing lots and lots of AbFab workouts, fine, MyZone will adjust itself and should record your level of intensity fine. So MyZone, based on the information that you've put in it, will get to a heart rate max. And as you work out over the next couple of weeks, as you work out, it will, calibrate itself. So if your heart rate max in reality is higher, it will calibrate it higher. If it's lower, it will calibrate it lower, or I can calibrate it lower for you. I can reduce your heart rate max. So if you're at 9, or you're perceived 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10 for a very short amount of time, and you're seeing on the screen or your phone green, it probably should be red, or high yellow is red, then you need to say to me, Mark, I don't think my heart rate, my MyZone heart rate is calibrated right, and I'll bring it down. We'll see how it goes for a couple of weeks, and then we'll get that working right for you. It's there to motivate, not demotivate. So we should be, not cheating the system. If you're working at 7 out of 10 and you want me to set your MyZone to pretend it's working at 9 out of 10, then you're only cheating yourself. So it's got to be right, and it's got to be motivating. So in a minute, I'm going to show you. I'm going to go through the app on my phone, and I'm going to share that on the screen. Let me just show you what comes in the box. You MyZone users will know this. Not MyZone users will not know this, and then I'll try and get my tiles live I'm going to show you how to sync to in-body to Apple Watches and all sorts of things. So in the box, got a charger. This is the MyZone 3. This is a chest-only heart rate monitor. We've got the unit itself and we've got a belt. So when it's charged, to charge it up, you plug that in there and go and plug it into a 5 amp charging unit, not a 9 amp, which I think is a direct plug one, a 5 amp unit so you don't burn the unit out. That unit will then clip to the belt itself. Assuming you can see this, you'll clip the belt, clip it in here, and then pop it on your chest, underneath your chest. So your MyZone unit is just underneath on your sternum, should I say, so it's here. What you also need to do is wet these black electrodes, very important, and that will help find your heart rate quicker. So it's next to your skin and all sorted there. That is the MZ3. I'm going to show you the MZ Switch as well. So the MZ3, which we sell, I think is 10 quid cheaper than an MZ Switch. This one only goes on your chest. The MZ Switch, which is this little unit here, will go on your wrist, on this little wrist strap here. Oops. So it goes on there, on your wrist, there, like that, tighten it up. There's another strap here, and the wrist strap, I'll come on to this again in a minute, but the wrist strap, pretty much only good for swimming. So the MZ3 is waterproof, so you can go swimming with it. What will happen as you swim, you're swimming along and the water will drag and it will lift it off your chest and you'll lose connection. So MyZone decided to come up with this wrist-based strap contraption, and that's good for swimming. So the difference between this in this mode and a chest-based version is this actually is a proper heart rate monitor. It's picking up my heart rate and sending it to the device and recording it in the device. There's like 16 hours of recording going in here. When this is on the wrist mode or arm mode, it's sending light signals from this little thing here through your skin to record the blood pulse flowing through. Around your chest, it's 99% accurate. Around your wrist or arm, it's 95% accurate. You probably wouldn't notice the difference. In reality, I've used the wrist before, not particularly great, so I only use it for swimming. You've got the other strap here, which is your arm, which MyZone say use for basically lifting. So the kind of workouts that we do, kettlebells, dumbbells, barbells, you're going to put it here on your arm. And when it's in the wrist or arm mode, you need to turn it on. You'll hear one beep, that's now on, and that will be recording to my, if I had it open, would be recording to my my app, and also showing on the screen at the gym. So that's the two positions on the wrist and the MyZone 3 on your chest. The MyZone Switch will also go on your chest. It does come with a chest strap as well. So you can see those buttons, that's in wrist mode, that's what's going through your skin and measuring your pulse. I'm going to turn it off. 3 beeps going off. How do I wear it? What does it measure? It measures your heart rate. I've told you the 2 different ways it measures it. On your wrists and arms, it shines a light through to measure your blood flow. On your chest, it's measuring the actual heart rate. The app. I can see lots of other people here. I can see all my friends, their workouts. Can you move it over there a bit so I can actually see what's going on? You can see here Jane's got lifetime MEPs of 37,500. She's got here on the top left-hand corner, she's got 514 MEPs. I'll talk about MEPs in a minute. And she needs 786 MEPs. The World Health Organization say you should do at least 1,350 MEPs per month. Okay. probably average an AbFab workout. You might get 100 reps maybe. So it's 13 workouts. I think today mine was 80. Jane's here today was 77, 81, 59 was the weightlifting one. So you can see here, looking at Jane's workout here, the top workout there is blues and greens. I know for a fact that Jane did weightlifting today, so she wasn't doing cardio intense workouts. She was just lifting weight. You wouldn't expect to see yellows and reds in a weightlifting workout. Compare that with Friday, which a very short workout. I happen to know that we both did it together, was a CrossFit workout lasting 10 minutes, involving burpees and deadlifts. And it was very, very, very gassy, very cardio intense. So what I'm seeing there is exactly what I would expect. Yellows and then into the red for a short amount of time. She wasn't over, she wasn't at 100%, so she won't get the dreaded email from MyZone saying her heart rate's being reset, but she was between 90 and 99%. Can't really tell from that view there for that. So that's looking at the workout. If I want to drill down into that workout some more, I can actually click on it, and I've got a bit more information here. I can actually see the duration and the effort level, 78%. MEPS Scott 59. Average heart rate for the workout was 139. Calories 169. Peak heart rate 179. But importantly for the sometimes we might want to know how much time we've spent in a particular zone. So this is where you'll find that information here. She spent 7 minutes in the red zone, 4 minutes in the yellow zone, 1 minute in the green zone, 4 minutes in the blue, and 4 minutes in the grey. She's earning MEPS for MEPS, MyZone effort points. I may as well talk about them now, and I'll try and show you a slide later on when I can find it. MyZone effort points are a way of equalising the effort that you put in. So my 80% is totally different to Jane's 80%, and Jane's 80% is totally different to somebody else's 80%. So MyZone aims to flatten the goalpost, if you like. It aims to level people's handicaps off so that everybody's 80% earns the same amount of effort. So if Jane's working at 80%, she's earning, see that yellow, 80% is like yellow to there. She's going to earn 4 MEPS, 4 MyZone effort points per minute she's in the yellow zone. Okay. Somebody else, their 100% is different, but MEPS evens it out. So everybody's working at the same intensity. If you're in the yellow, Jane's in the yellow, and I'm in the yellow, and we're all working at 80%, 85% rate of perceived exertion, we're all working at the same level. We're all working very, very hard, and we can see that we're all working very, very hard. The coaches can see that we're working very, very hard. You know that you're working very, very hard. You know you're not working harder than anybody else. You know you're not taking it easy. Okay, so that's the good thing about MyZone and MyZone effort points and rate of perceived exertion. So if you can think about rate of perceived exertion as MyZone colours, you know, it's just a different. It's a way of knowing how you feel. If you're blowing out of your backside, you're at 90%, 100%. 100% you shouldn't be able to sustain for more than 30 seconds or so. If you're working at over 100% for more than 30 seconds, your heart rate is set too low, and MyZone will adjust it upwards. They'll make it harder for you to achieve red. Okay, so MyZone will adjust your heart rate upwards. They'll make it harder for you to get in the red. Quite rightly too, because you've just managed to spend 2 minutes at 100%. Impossible. You shouldn't be able to do it.
Shows you're getting fitter.
It shows you're getting fitter, absolutely. So MyZone will adjust that rate downwards. Now, sometimes they get it wrong, and you never hit red again and get very demotivated. Send me an email, send me a message, send me something through the chat, which I'll show you in a minute, and I'll reset that downwards. I can only reset it downwards. I can't reset it upwards. So that's how to see. That's how to see. Sorry. The time you spend in that. So let's go back on that, see what else we can look at here. So in the top, well, we go to the live tile, which is not live because I haven't got mine on. You need to get your, yeah, it's not going to work too well because.
Do you want me to put my belt on?
Yeah. So Jane's going to go and put her belt on, which is fine. In the meantime, I'm going to look at some other bits and pieces on here. If I go to the Me button down the bottom there, you can see Jane's body metrics. You can see a calendar of when she's worked here, so you can see what you did, where you what sort of effort you put in on what particular days. 78% that day, 72% then, 167 minutes. What you can't see here is the amount of time you spent in a particular zone. We've got the days, weeks, and months and years of what MEPs you got in those specific times. You can see here. Going down, you can see your body metrics. So weights, resting HR, body fat, muscle mass. The last MZ fit test is on here that you can see there. Jane hasn't done one for a while. Basal metabolic rate and max HR, BMI. Thank you for sharing that, I don't suppose, but I'm going to show you her in-body report at some point. So that's where you can see that on the Me thing. Going down to the Home button, which is where we started. The My Tile. So Jane's put her belt on. She's got a tile on. A question from earlier on was, how do I see my battery life? You can see at the bottom of that tile, the coloured grey tile, where it says 50%, that is your battery life. You've got 50% left. The battery should last 3 months. Mine aren't lasting 3 months at the moment, and I think that might be how I'm treating my MyZone, by not unclipping it. In theory, you should unclip it so it's not sitting on a sweaty, horrible, messy belt, you know, getting clogged up. All these things affect it. So that's where you're looking at your battery that's left here. You'll get an email from MyZone when it gets to 20%, or some kind of message will pop up on your screen when it gets to 20%. Make sure you've got all your notifications switched on for the MyZone in settings. So that is your My Tile. That's your workout tile. You can see there that you've got, she's got 3 calories just sitting here. Heart rate's at 67. She's earned 1 MEP. Don't know how.
I ran up the stairs.
If you press and hold that tile, you can enter picture-in-picture mode. So that is basically popping your tile there. You can now go to any other app that you want. Okay, you can go to, I can see me in the Facebook there. You can have other apps open and you can still see your tile.
Oh, that's
okay,
clever.
that's new for Jane. I've showed her that before.
You've never shown me that.
I'm sure I have. So you can see, you can have any app open underneath. You can move that tile around. Where's it gone? There it is. You can move it around so you can see it in other places there. And then go back to your MyZone there, pop it out. So that's a good little feature if you want to just have that by your phone. It doesn't affect the tile that's on display on the screen at all. So we can also, I believe, change what you're seeing here. So I've tapped the screen. We've got % on there at the moment. You can change that to, by clicking the flame there, you can change that to calories. Tap the screen. You can change that to the heart rate being the main thing there. Jane's at 60%. You can see all the other things on the outside now. So we're just changing the priority of what's in the middle of the screen. Or you can have your MEPs at the middle of your screen. So in your screen you can see different things going on there, which is great. You've also got a timer down the bottom here. So if you're doing your own workout, you can press on that little clock there. You can set up your own session time. You can set your own clock.
Where'd you get that from?
Just clicking that little clock face there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Stopwatch. is just press play and it's going to run as your stopwatch. Stop it there. Intervals I use a lot, so you can set your intervals here. So active duration, I don't know, 1 minute, done. Rest time, it does want to rest. You can't say go straight into it. So I always usually put a second, done, and then number of reps, so number of sets, 10 rounds at whatever it was. And then I'm good to go. Press play, off we go. 1 minute, I've got 3 sets to go. That's a good little feature on there. If you're playing it, if you've got your headphones on, that will play in your headphones as well and give you a little ding as you go. I use that a lot. What else have we got in there? That's that. Nothing else to show you in this screen. We've done challenges. We have done, so old challenges. This is where you'll find the challenges that we've done before and we'll do again. So I don't think the bingo challenge appears in here. These are all the challenges that we've done before. Max MEPs usually, we did Feb Fitness, November workouts over 100. We do lots and lots of challenges throughout the year, so probably do one in April. And I think I'll go into the actual device settings here. So I pressed here the 3 lines at the top. The 3 lines at the top will get you into this screen. My profile is where you're adding all your details, your email address, your date of birth, etc. Probably try not to dwell on it too much. Activities. This is where you'll find some tests, and I wanted to talk about the tests and show you a little video if I can. Don't think I can show you.
You can, but not while I need to stop that share and then share something else.
Okay.
Can't do it at the same time.
I would like to show it to you. It's on the screen on there. It's on iMovies. No?
It's on iMovies on the computer.
Well, the one we shared earlier on. Do you know we did it from the laptop?
Right.
So on here, Jane's got a monthly goal, 2,000 MEPs. You can change that, whatever you want to set that to be your monthly MEP goal. Okay, 2,000 is probably quite achievable. That shows in one of those rings on the home page, as well as you'll get your target from the 1350 World Health Organization thing. How many reps you've got to get to that? Can you still see me?
Yeah, I'm just getting ready.
And also your distance away from your own personal goal. You've got zone match challenges in here. Lots of different zone match challenges here. So you can you can choose any one of these. So you can see here, and I'll show you on my video later on, me doing a fit test. But on here, there's one here called Mini Annihilator. And you're going to spend some time in the blue, some time in the green, some time in the yellow, some time in the red, yellow, blah, blah, blah. And you're looking at all these different profiles and names, you can actually see what you want to do. This one here is called Chaos Theory. And, you've only got to look at that to know why it's called Chaos Theory. It's having you working your heart and controlling your heart rate. So that blue you can see in the Chaos Theory first off there, that might be 30 seconds. The green might be 20 seconds. So you've got to get from your blue zone, which is 50 to 60%, I think, yeah. And as soon as it gets to the 20 seconds, or whatever the time is, the time changeover, and you'll see later, you've got to be into the green zone. And this zone match tests are trying to get you to be in control of your heart rate and knowing how your heart rate feels at certain levels, and get you to change into one another and recover quickly. So the fitter you get, the better you get at these challenges, and I'll show you that later on. Chillinator, you can see that's a little bit easier. Hillinator, you can see that's yellows and greens. That's not going to be too bad. Mepinator, I've done it a few times. It's horrible. Mepsting's horrible. Recuperator, greens and blues. That's a nice little recovery one. ripper. And also you can see down the bottom, right down the bottom here, you can change the time of whatever you're doing here. It does sometimes reduce the amount of choice that you've got. So if I change it up, I've only got one 11-minute workout. It's called Quick Blast. 15 minutes, I've only got those 4.
Can you just talk about how you make sure you're in those zones?
I'll do that when I go through my video.
Oh, okay.
So they're the challenges, the zone match challenges. Something on here is called the fit test, and I'm going to show you a video in a minute of me doing the fit test the other day. Anything above 30 on your fit test is good or okay. I mean, I think Claire's might be in the 70s, mine in the 60s. Jane, last one ages ago, was in the 30s or so.
So
It wasn't very good. You need to do another one, really. I think it was in the early days of us trying it out. Might have been in lockdown. So yeah, you probably need to do it again. So fit test, you can see there, we have got a grey zone, we have got a blue zone, we've got a green zone, we've got a purple zone, which is unique to the fit test, and then a black zone, which is recovery. And you can see it lasts for 12 minutes. So working on that, you can see the grey zone is going to last about a minute. The blue zone is going to last a couple of minutes. The green is going to last a couple of minutes. The purple, which is 85% or 80 to 85%, is a couple of minutes, then you rest. And what it's testing here is how quickly you can recover in that black zone 2 minutes. So we're testing how accurate you can stay in the colour zones, but how quickly, importantly, how quickly you can recover in the 2 minutes. That's when it works out your MyZone fit test score. Because recovery is a measure of fitness. It's a measure of fitness. So if you do a VO2 max, which is the test where you see these guys running on a treadmill with a mask on, that's all about how much oxygen you can intake. Some of the estimated VO2 max that you see on your fitness tracker, be it Garmin, be it Apple Watch, is basically an estimation of using recovery time, certainly on the Apple Watch. So I will just try and show you, I'll talk through, can I talk through it? I'm going to talk through the My Fit Test video that I did the other day. I've speeded it up, so it only takes a minute.
have you finished on the app now?
For a minute, yeah.
You're coming back
Can
to
I come back to it, yeah. So I'm going to talk you through, this is me doing the fit test, speeded up 20 times, so it's 12 minutes in about a minute and a half. And you'll see how I did and how sometimes I came out of the zones and had to work hard to get back in them.
Okay.
Yep, press play. So here we go. I'm off. I'm starting off, clicked all the buttons. I'm now in my grey zone here. I'm in my grey zone. I'm on my air bike here. I'm going away. I've got to get to that blue zone. I'm in the blue zone. Okay. I'm not working very hard at the moment. I'm really trying to control stop my heart rate going up into the 70s, which changes the colour. But that green zone, which is 70%, is coming up pretty soon. So I'm working harder now on my air bike. I'm going faster and faster. I'm trying to get up to 70%. Bang on when it changes. I was a bit early there. And you can see my zone match score underneath that 79%, and I've gone out of it again, has gone from 100 to 93%. I'm only 94% accurate. I've lost a bit of time here, so I'm staying in my green zone. I'm working hard now on my air bike. I'm working hard. I'm getting ready to go to 85% now. Getting transition to 80. Went a bit early again there. Did you see that? I went a bit early. I've gone over. I've got to come back down. I'm coming back down. I'm taking it easy. I'm cruising. I'm under again. Back up. Going on. My zone match rate is down to 90% now. You can see that. I'm chugging away. I'm working at 85% almost. I don't want to go to over 85% because that will put me in the yellow. That will make my time worse. I'm coming to the end. I'm resting. Okay, now it's going to take 2 minutes to measure my recovery time. I've got 92.15 accuracy on the zone match, but now it's working the 2 minutes to see how quickly I can recover. And I've got 62%. So do you see that? I got 62%. It went a bit fast, that, but that's fine. Hopefully you get the message.
It was sped up, yeah.
It was sped up by 20 times. Hopefully you got the message of how to actually keep up with what the colours are telling you. And you've got to work out when you need to be high up in your blue, because the transition to green is coming up. Okay, so you don't want to be starting at 52%, knowing you've got to get to 62% in 10 seconds, just not going to do it. Okay, so you've
Does
got
it matter what you use?
I find it works best on a air bike or a cross trainer. I struggle on the rower, I've got to be honest. I think Claire does the rower and she finds it fine. Treadmill's going to work fine. Running outdoors is going to work fine. Ski erg should work fine. I don't often do it on the ski erg. You just need to find something that you can do a quick spurt and then ease off. Quick spurt and then ease off, and just
Can you
try.
do it with a kettlebell swing?
No, I don't think you can. No, you can't be as
Can't be as accurate.
with it. No, you can't turn it on and off as quickly. So I hope that was good. I'd like to get back to the app now. I've spoken about a lot. So we've done activities on that menu. I've done that. We go to find new connections, which is your chat. So anyone you're friends with, you can just go in and get the chats with them. You can use this as a chat device. MZ chat as well is the actual chat. So the connections with the people you're friends with. Chat is the people that you can chat with there.
Well, you can have a conversation with
You can
them.
have a conversation in MyZone and chat away.
Oh.
Which is quite nice sometimes. My classes we don't do, connection groups we don't do, membership cards we don't do. Settings, email settings, everything's switched on there. So move emails. So Jane will get all of the emails from MyZone. We've increased your heart rate, or congratulations, well done, you've achieved your 1,350 MEPs or whatever. It's good to keep them on. Hand up display. Jane's got that off. So on your MyZone switch, actually you haven't got a.
I haven't got one, no.
So on your MyZone switch, on your watch, you're not watching me, are you? As when you've got an Apple Watch on, so you do your watch like that, the screen comes up when you lift your hand up. On the MyZone switch, when you lift your hand up, if you've got that pressed to on, there's a little LED that will flash whether you're in the yellow zone or the red zone or the blue zone. So if you have that turned on, you'll see on your watch what zone you're in. It will just be a brief flash of yellow, green, whatever zone you're in. Okay, but you need that that on. Tile animations, which we see, Google Analytics. Okay, so they're all on. Spending ages on this, aren't I? Where am I?
Devices.
Just to help is where you're going to go for support if you need anything. So support, using that, you can proceed, click the proceed button down there, and you can raise a ticket. If you've got any issues, your MyZones are playing up and I haven't been able to help you quickly, that's where you go to support. And devices. So if you wanted to add a MyZone device or change your device, or you've borrowed one or you've bought another one, you can register a new device here. So if you put a new device on there, your other one is going to be deleted. You can only have one device at the same time. But the information collected on any device will go to your app and register. So you can have a number of devices, but you can only use one at a time. If you use a loan device from another facility or whatever, go to Champneys or whatever and use one of their devices, put it into your device, into your app there. It's all nice and simple. I think that's it on the app itself. If you've got any questions on the app, then ping that through now. Probably now is quite a good time to answer some questions, and then I will talk about troubleshooting, Charging I've done. Washing your belt. So,
just a couple of questions.
yeah, go on.
Jennifer says she doesn't have the purple zone on hers, but that's because it's just with the fit
just
test.
in the fit test. Just in the fit test.
Susan, I find my MyZone switches off on the rower.
MyZone stopping. It's usually to do with connection of the black pads on here.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So if you're doing a press up, for example, on the floor, and your belt isn't tight enough, sometimes it can lose connection. On the rower, on that forward, can sometimes throw it.
Yeah.
If you've got a MyZone switch, you might want to wear the arm one if you're doing a rowing session and you want to be safe with it. In classes, we don't tend to spend too long on the rower, so I would always wear the chest strap and make sure it's tight-ish. I mean, it's not, don't want to cut the circulation.
I just tuck it under. I tuck it under my sports bra.
No, Jane tucks it under her sports bra. I wear mine reasonably tightly. I'm on my third belt now because I'm kind of breaking them. How do I wash mine? So they say the build-up of sweat and salt on your MyZone belt can affect the performance and accuracy of your heart monitor over time. This is important because we do get a lot of problems here. Follow these steps to keep your MyZone strap clean and working its best. After each use, rinse your strap in cool water under 38 degrees to remove sweat and salt from the sensors. How often do I do that? Never. Never. And I am the sweat monster. I've got the sweatiest, horriblest, mingingest belt that you could ever imagine. MyZone say rinse your belt after every session. After once a week or every 5 uses, give your strap a good clean in the washing machine. How often have I cleaned my belt in the washing machine? Never. I have actually.
Have you?
Twice maybe. If you're washing it in the washing machine, remember to remove the module. Remove the MyZone piece, the actual unit. Remove it. Use a mild detergent, no colour fastness, bleach or fabric conditioners. Wash on gentle cycle at 40 degrees. Reduce the spin cycle and use a laundry pouch to prevent the belt getting tangled. That's a good idea. Do not soak. Drying your belt, hang your strap up, lay it out dry to air dry. Don't use the dryer, it will damage your strap. Don't overstretch your belt when wet or wring it out. Don't iron or press it with heat. Wipe down your module around the snaps to remove the salt build-up with a damp cloth. How many times have I done that? Never. Use water only. Harsh solvents such as rubbing alcohol can break down the module material, just salt. So, MyZone say look after your strap and your module by regular cleaning. In reality, you don't need to do it half as much as they do, but do it nonetheless, okay? And it will prevent problems. If you've got problems, then the first thing you do is charge your device. Even if it says it's not below 20 or whatever, charge it, give it a charge. Second thing you do is wash your belt in the ways I've just described. The third thing you do is tell me that you've washed your belt, charged your device, and it's still not working. I will then, if I've got one, give you a replacement belt, either loan you one so that we can see if it's the belt that's playing up or not. In the meantime, I will have said to you, right, raise a ticket with MyZone because we want them to send you a new one if it's still in warranty. I think belts in warranty are, the straps are 3 months. So not a massively long time. I think some people have got new belts much longer than that. So that's what we want to be doing in terms of troubleshooting, washing and raising a support ticket. Test it after each one of those things. Hopefully that will get everything moving along nicely. On the in-body report, when you print it out, you'll see this QR code here. You go to the Me. I'll try and show you on here. Go to the Me function here, and at the bottom there you can see on my one here. Here is the scan the QR code. Press that button, and it gives you a QR scanner. Hold your scanner, and you can do this at the gym as well. So you'll see a barcode on the in-body. If you press one of the buttons on the in-body, you'll get the barcode come up there. So you can get to this point, scan your barcode. It'll go into focus. At some
I
point,
think I
if the
did
light's
mine at the
good.
gym. I didn't do mine on a piece of paper like
Right,
that.
yeah, it's probably
And
best at the gym.
It's not
The
working.
tick at the bottom will go blue. Take a picture, allow it to populate your data, and boom, tickety boom, your stats will auto-populate at the bottom. If I missed anything, then please do drop me a message, and I'll try and answer any questions that I've missed.